Hey guys, so I'm gonna be talking about how I fell in love with anime. Also, if you see some movement in the back, I just got two new kittens, which I think I did mention that I had been wanting to get new cats, and so I just got two new kittens, and they're asleep behind the pillows. So if the pillows move, the place is not haunted. It's just them, probably waking up. Um, but about anime, I think since I have memory, I have known, or not known, but I've watched anime. I am the youngest in my family, and I have three way older brothers. So growing up, they were always, taking over the TV and everything. So I just kind of had to sit there and watch whatever they were watching. And I remember the big two were Dragon Ball and Naruto, which of course I think those were the only two like acceptable animes you could say at the time, because anime was not treated how it is today, like a couple years back. Obviously, everyone's now like, "Oh, you watch anime? That's so cool." But back then, they were very prejudiced against that. So I think those were the only two that managed to kind of make it to the mainstream media, and people were those were the accepted ones. And my brothers obviously loved them, and I remember, I don't know why, but I ended up liking Dragon Ball. So I can tell you the entirety of the plot since Goku was very, very little to currently what's happening now, because I still keep up with it. I don't keep up with it as much as I used to, just because I've obviously watched and been introduced to a bunch of other new animes. But it's still like something, since because it's like such a core memory again, since I've watched it since I was little, I was like, I can't stop not knowing about it. Um, but yeah, but at the time, because I was little, I never really processed that that was anime. So after Dragon Ball ended, because Dragon Ball has ended multiple times, and then suddenly it comes back with a new plot and a new storyline. So it's technically never ended, but it's ended a couple of times. And then after Naruto ended as well, my brothers kind of took a break, and that was kind of it for me. And I never got back into it again until I want to say like 2016, because my brother had been bugging me. He was like, "Watch this show." Oh, there's my cat. He was like, "Watch this show. Um, it's really good. It's called Attack on Titan." And he just kept bugging me and bugging me. And the thing about me is, I, for my life, cannot get into new shows. Not because I'm like, "Oh, this show sucks." I just don't have the motivation. I don't know what it is about it. Once I start watching it, if the show really is as good as they say, I fall in love with it and I binge watch it. But for me, even if I've heard like the best things about the show, the motivation to start the show is so tough for me to have. I don't know why, I can't explain it. And so he had been telling me for like months, and I just could not start the show. And all of a sudden, one of my best friends, he was like, "There's this new show called Attack on Titan. You should totally watch it. It's really, really good, blah, blah, blah." Basically the same things my brother had told me. So now I had my brother and my best friend bugging me. And I remember at the time he was telling me, like, very cautiously, just because, again, at that time still, anime was not widely accepted. And so I thought he thought I was going to be, like, sort of prejudiced against it, which I'm not the type of person. I've never once thought, like, "Oh, people who like anime are weird." I don't care if it makes you happy, watch it. Who am I to say that you're creepy? Unless I can support a lot of things, but if something that you like is actually creepy, then I'm gonna tell you, like, okay, hey, if I'm telling you it's creepy, then it's creepy. And so, because I had both of them bugging me, I was like, okay, just so they can stop bugging me, I'll watch the first episode. And if you watch Attack on Titan, you know how intense that first episode is. And I fell in love with it, watched the rest of it. I am currently watching season 4. I did read the manga, so I know how it ends, but I love seeing it get animated, just because the voice acting, the music, I think it just adds new layers to it that you don't necessarily get in the manga. And yeah, after I started that show, I kind of spiraled into the rabbit hole. That's kind of what pushed me to it. And so ever since then, I've just been watching a bunch of different animes. I would probably say my favorite genre of anime is like a good psychological thriller. I think some of the best things, I just like animes that have a lot of depth to them. So um good examples would probably be like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I love that show. I know a lot of people are like, because it still has like that old animation style, very blocky characters. I don't care. I'm not one to care about the animation style unless it's really like messed up. Um, but I loved it. I love the message, the whole concept with God and everything. Parasite, that was a really, really good show to me. Again, the message, and obviously Attack on Titan, and there's many, many other shows, but that's basically been my journey so far with anime. Right now, because of school and a bunch of other stuff, I've kind of taken a break, and I haven't started anything new, so I'm just currently keeping up with what's been or is being released. So yeah, that's how I got into anime, and here I am, obsessed with it.